Thank you for listening to my daddy's podcast. Please subscribe to our channel.
All I gotta say is, who that? Hey, what's going on, Who Dat Nation? It is yours truly, TJ Jones. And yes, I am the host of the State of the Saints podcast. Thank you so much for checking out the State of the Saints podcast, where we talk New Orleans Saints. And on this edition, we're going to be talking about the Saints Week 14 matchup versus the Carolina Panthers. The New Orleans Saints coming into the game. Of course, we know the Saints are 3-10. The New Orleans Saints got a victory last week versus the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in very impressive fashion, led by Tyler Shough. And you also have the Carolina Panthers coming into the Superdome as the number one team in NFC South right now. All right. I mean, if the division ended today, the Carolina Panthers would have won the division, which is a shock to a lot of people, especially when you look at how the Carolina Panthers started the season. But it also tells you where this division is as far as all of these teams and how they stack up. We know on Thursday night, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers end up squandering a lead late in the fourth quarter. They were up by 14, even gave up, ironically, a 3rd and 28 in order for the Atlanta Falcons to convert, for them to get a go-ahead walk-off field goal to crush the hopes of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And I'm pretty sure all eyes are going to be on this game. If you are a Tampa Bay Buccaneers fan, you're going to be paying attention to this game really closely, because you need the New Orleans Saints to knock off the Carolina Panthers in this game. And it is going to be a very, very tough game for the New Orleans Saints, of course. Now, credit to the New Orleans Saints. I mean, they did not roll over last week. I was really looking at the game, and I was wondering to myself what type of team would show up to Raymond James Stadium. And of course, the Saints showed probably their most fight in any game all season long. So if they can come in to the Caesar Superdome, a little bit of home cooking, and go out there and play the way that they played last week versus Tampa, then I think that the New Orleans Saints could indeed get the victory. But once again, of course, the Carolina Panthers have a lot to play for. I expect for them to play inspired football. Of course, we know the first time around, the New Orleans Saints got the victory out in Charlotte. So you got to believe that the Carolina Panthers are looking to return the favor inside of the Caesar Superdome. But shouts out to everybody in the comments right now watching this live as we get closer to the game. The New Orleans Saints taking on the Carolina Panthers. Look, I just got to be honest with you, man. I look at this game, and I think that this is a very favorable matchup for the New Orleans Saints. I'm just going to make it plain and simple. I think that the New Orleans Saints are going to win this football game today because, number one, for some apparent reason, the Carolina Panthers fan base and you know, they for some apparent reason, they feel like they're a legitimate football team. And I just find that absolutely laughable. The fact is, yeah, they won some games that they shouldn't have won. They beat some teams that are indeed contenders. But let's just call a spade here. Everybody knows what the recipe to beat the Carolina Panthers is, and that is neutralizing the running game. Nobody believes that Bryce Young can actually beat them. I mean, the only team that Bryce Young honestly could beat, on a consistent basis are the Atlanta Falcons. For some apparent reason, he just plays inspired football like he the second coming of Joe Montana every time that he plays against the Atlanta Falcons. But everybody knows that Bryce Young is not going to be able to put the team on his back. So the key to this game for the New Orleans Saints is to try to shut down the running game. Shut down the running game and get Bryce Young to beat you. And I do not believe that Bryce Young could beat the New Orleans Saints. I don't think that Bryce Young can beat a lot of teams in the National Football League. Plain and simple. Look, I think that the New Orleans Saints are going to play inspired football. I do not think that they're going to blow out the Carolina Panthers. I just think that both teams kind of measure up pretty well. But I do think that the New Orleans Saints are going to bring a different dynamic this time around than they didn't the first time. I think that when they played against Carolina the first time, it was Tyler Shough's, first opportunity to really show what he's capable of. But you can really tell that Kellen Moore has opened up the playbook and has allowed, Tyler Shough to be able to do some things, even more. So I look for Tyler Shough to be a little bit more comfortable in this game. I do feel like the Carolina Panthers are probably going to get some pressure on Tyler Shough. I'm not going to act naive and act as if the Saints don't have one of the worst offensive lines in football. But I do expect for Tyler Shough to make some plays with his legs and also make some plays with his arm as well. So they're going to be a close game. I just don't believe that Bryce Young can beat the New Orleans Saints if the Saints shut down the running game of the Carolina Panthers, plain and simple. Like I said, man, I just don't understand it. Man, I just don't get it. Like, I get that the Carolina Panthers are in a position where a lot of people didn't expect for them to be at this stage, but it's laughable to me at some of these Carolina Panthers fans out here that really making it seem like their team is like that, regardless to what happens, whether they win a division or not. They're going to go into the playoffs and get absolutely mud stomped in the first round anyway. So really doesn't matter. But I just want the Saints to go out there and play inspired football. I just want them to stay ahead of the chains, convert on third down, some of the things that they were able to do last week versus the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And also don't allow the crowd to be out of the game. All right. I mean, make it competitive to a point where Saints fans will come into the Superdome inspired to cheer and make it tough on the Carolina Panthers to do anything inside of the Superdome. Now, if the Saints go out here and allow the Carolina Panthers to jump on them early, you're taking the crowd out of the game, and you need them to be involved in the game most of the time, because if not, then it's going to be a problem. It's going to be a problem, and it's going to be a very, very, very long day for the New Orleans Saints. But I think the New Orleans Saints are going to win this football game, plain and simple. Like, the only way I can see Carolina winning this if the Saints can't stop the running game of the Carolina Panthers. So if they can shut down Rico Dowdle, if they can neutralize Chuba Hubbard, then the New Orleans Saints are going to win this football game, because I don't believe Bryce Young can beat the Saints. Let's go ahead and read some of these comments. It says, what do you think about Alvin Kamara next year? Look, for real, I don't think the New Orleans Saints really miss Alvin Kamara like that. I don't. Like, I don't think that Alvin Kamara, as I'm looking at James Cook, man, this is a good game. I don't know if y'all watching the New England Patriots versus Buffalo Bills game, but this is a good game, back and forth. I mean, it seemed like the Buffalo Bills was about to get mud stomped, and then the second half, they just woke up and just started playing some inspired football. But back to the Saints game, I don't think the Saints really miss Alvin Kamara like that. Like, I mean, look, I got nothing but respect for Alvin, but I mean, I don't look at, oh man, I never, like, as the entire time that Alvin Kamara has been out, I have looked at it like, man, if Alvin was here, he would have did this. Like, I don't know what it is. I don't know if it was injury. I don't know if it's just the way that the offensive line just have not been able to block for AK. But I mean, to me, I just think that the Saints need to go into 2026 looking at the new regime, the new guard being, guys like Devin Neal. Like, if you want to bring back Kendre Miller, or if you want to draft a guy. But I think that you need to have a conversation where you talk with Alvin Kamara and let him know that he's not going to just be the featured back. Like, he's going to have to share the backfield with someone else. Because to me, I don't think the New Orleans Saints really miss him like that. Like, I mean, he probably would have make he would be a great asset to have, but I don't know, man. Alvin Kamara has not been the same this season. Maybe it has a lot to do with the offensive line, but I mean, there's not one time where I just watched the same game and I was like, man, if Alvin was out there, this would have happened. I don't believe that. So I just think that the New Orleans Saints just need to get younger at the running back position. Like, I think that you got something with Devin Neal. I think that Devin Neal can be a complimentary back. I'm not ready to say that Kendre Miller is your number one guy, even though before he got injured, he was making some noise. But, I mean, this is a guy who has had 2 ACL tears in the last, 3 to 4 years. So, to me, I just think that maybe you need to go and get yourself another running back, a guy that's going to be, your featured back. Rather you get him in a draft, maybe you want to get somebody like Jeremiah Love, or you want to get yourself somebody that can carry that load. But to me, I just think the Saints need to get younger at the running back position. Let's see. What's Shucking Jeremiah says y'all won because Baker is a choke artist. Nah, man, the Saints won because they played well in that game. I mean, they converted several third downs on that, in that game. And also, man, I mean, look, they just played inspired, man. I mean, it was some breaks that happened the Saints way, like that pass that Baker threw to Emeka Egbuka that went right through his hands. But the Saints won the football game, like, plain and simple. Like, there's no need to make no excuses. I mean, look, it was a nip-tuck game. It came down to who can make a play. And the Saints were able to convert a couple of times against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. So, and, going into that game, Buccaneers fans, they act as if the New Orleans Saints didn't have a chance in hell of winning that game. So, I'm just saying, like, they took it. What do you think about Alvin? I think I already read that. Says because Baker threw a pick. Nah, man. I mean, look, they lost the game because the Saints were able to, they were able to run the football. They were able to play a little bit of smash mouth football. They were able to convert on third downs. Plain and simple, man. Let's see. No, we have a trash head coach and a backup quarterback. I mean, it's amazing to me how everybody now calling, why you calling Baker Mayfield backup quarterback, but at the beginning of the season, this man was in an MVP conversation. Like, man, we got to stop this stuff. Like, we got to stop it. Like, we can't allow our emotions to get the best of us when it comes to our team, because at the beginning, just like them Carolina Panthers fans out there was acting like the sky's falling. And if you're a Carolina Panthers fan watching this right now, I'm just going to tell y'all the straight up truth. Y'all didn't even believe in your football team. And it's amazing to me how when I do shows like this, NFC South Roundtable, Carolina Panthers fans want me to just crown their team and give them all the respect in the world, even though your own fan base, your own podcasters gave up on the team. Y'all gave up on the team. Plain and simple. Like, do I need to pull up their report about a well-known podcast? These guys shut down operations because they felt like watching the Carolina Panthers games were a waste of their time. But this is the type of fan base, and this is the type of people that come to you and say, oh, give us our respect. Y'all don't even respect your own team, right? I mean, look, and then as far as this whole Tampa Bay situation, now we want to fire Todd Bowles. Now we want to call Baker Mayfield a backup quarterback. Man, listen, at the beginning of the season, this team was 6-2. You couldn't tell Tampa Bay fans nothing. You couldn't tell Carolina Panthers fans that their team wasn't the worst in the league. Now, all of a sudden, here come the roles reversed, and now everybody to be singing their praises or talking about how bad the team is. Look, man, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers have had a lot of injuries, like down the stretch to some key players. And then you also have a quarterback in Baker Mayfield who is hurt, and this man is out here trying to battle. But nobody pays attention to that because the only thing that you see is his last name on his jersey. And if he's out there, he should be ready to play and look the part as he did at the beginning of the season. But look, I feel like the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are a talented football team, but they just have a lot of injuries on this team. And, the Carolina Panthers, they showing some fight, but they're not clearly where Carolina Panther fans think that they are right now. So I'm just keeping it a buck, man. I'm not gonna sit up here and pretend like Carolina Panthers fans are like some of y'all like are laughable. Like y'all don't even believe in your own football team. Yeah, y'all don't even believe in your own football team. I mean, you can go back into the archives. I don't only just do the State of the Saints podcast. I do the NFC South Roundtable. I encourage any Carolina Panther fan or any fan of any team in the NFC South to go watch some of the previous episodes and go to the live chats and see how many Carolina Panther fans were in there when it was nip and tuck in the division, or it looked like Tampa Bay was running away with the division. Go ahead and show it. And then go see how many fans came in there after they beat the Rams, and now everybody talking about, oh, keep pounding this, that, and the third. No, bro. Keep your energy the same. Win, lose, or draw. There's one thing that you cannot say about yours truly. No matter what the Saints record was, with the exception of me going on a cruise with my family, I was a part of every single show, and I did not stop doing podcasts because the Saints suck. That is what you call fair weather fans. And for that, I have no respect for that. Okay? I have no respect for that. None at all. They sleeping on us. They were sleeping on us. Y'all was sleeping on your own team. A bunch of Rip Van Winkles on this joint. We took y'all lightly first time, but not this time. Man, y'all ain't take nobody lightly at all, period. The Saints whooped that tail. That's what happened. Because your quarterback is not that good. Plain and simple. Your quarterback is not that good. And your team isn't that good. Y'all throw up some, like the only, like let's just be honest. Most of the time, why the Carolina Panthers are in games, because like you just said, nobody takes y'all serious because they don't respect Bryce Young as a quarterback. They respect that running game. They respect Rico Dowdle and Chuba Hubbard. I respect that. But nobody fears the passing game of the Carolina Panthers at all. Like nobody fears that. Nobody fears that team. But I guarantee you, like, every team that y'all play of any significance going forward, y'all gonna have the undivided attention. So I mean, that just call a spade, man. I haven't seen none of this energy from Carolina Panther fans at all. That's why, like, when you show up inside of the comments, like, it's a joke. Like, what were you at the beginning of the season? Where were you when your team was down? Nowhere to be found. Up there criticizing Bryce Young, up there talking about they need to fire Dave Canales. That is what y'all was on. But let's go ahead and get to some of this tail of the tape here. You got two teams right here. I mean, you got Bryce Young, 2,337 passing yards, 18 touchdowns. You got Rico Dowdle, is about 71 yards away from a 1,000-yard season. Teteroy McMillan having a really good season, 826 yards, has 6 touchdowns on the year for the Carolina Panthers. So some really respectable stats. Also, you have the New Orleans Saints with Chris Olave, 811 yards, 5 touchdowns. You got Cam Jordan leading the team in sacks with 6.5. Kool-Aid McKinstry with 3 interceptions. Demario Davis with 118 tackles on the year. Now you look at the points per game. The Carolina Panthers average about 19. The Saints with 15. Points allowed per game. You got Carolina 22 points. The Saints 24. Total yards per game, 311 for the Panthers, 293 for the Saints. Total yards allowed, 331 a game for the Panthers and 313 for the Saints. Passing yards, 185 to the Saints, 199. Rushing yards, 125 to the Saints, 94. Turnover differential, -5 for the Saints, 0 for the Carolina Panthers. So that's the tail of the tape. Like I said, I expect for the Carolina Panthers to try to run the football in this game, try to maybe utilize Bryce Young in some of the short passing game on third downs, to be able to keep the chains moving. I expect for them to rely on guys like Teteroy McMillan, especially in like some of these, 50-50 ball situations. Should be a good matchup to see Kool-Aid McKinstry going up against Teteroy McMillan. And, it should be a good matchup when it comes to the Saints defensive front, trying to neutralize Rico Dowdle and the Carolina Panthers running game. So, should be a fun game to watch. Should be a very close game, especially what we know what this means for the Carolina Panthers. If they win this football game, they're closer to actually winning the division, because if Carolina win this game today and then next week they take on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and they win, they pretty much have won the division. So this is a big game for the Carolina Panthers, and it's going to tell us a lot about this football team. You know, are they trending in the right direction? Are they good enough to be able to win this division? You know, I mean, we'll see. Bro, you've been wrong a lot, but LOL. Nah, I actually been right. I mean, was I right when I said that the Saints were going to beat Carolina and y'all told me that I was crazy? Did I tell y'all that the key to victory was to neutralize the running game? Oh, Rico Dowdle ran for 150 some odd yards. He ran for 150 some odd yards. How y'all gonna stop Rico Dowdle? Didn't do absolutely nothing against the Saints. And they had to rely on Bryce Young. No, I'm right most of the time. I'm right most of the time. And also, if you go back into the archives and you look at when I was talking about who was going to win a division, I had the Tampa Bay Buccaneers winning the division. And who did I have at number 2? The Carolina freaking Panthers. So there's a lot of things that people want to sit up here and try to ignore. And there's a lot of things that people want to sit up here and say, I don't know what I'm talking about. But one thing that I do know what I'm talking about, bruh, is when it comes to the football. And I guarantee you that half of y'all that's up here talking right now who basically give your takes based on emotion can't go toe-to-toe with me at all when it comes to talking about football. At all. At all. There's a reason why y'all roll up on my channel, because y'all want to see what entertainment look like, real football analysis look like. But it's amazing to me how y'all try to hide out in the chat, but then when y'all get proven wrong, nobody wants to circle back and say anything to me. Why? Because y'all about as fake as y'all been at the beginning of the season, when y'all team was down and out, talking about they need to fire Dave Canales. Oh, we need a new quarterback. Oh, our teams ain't trending in the right direction. All that stuff right there. Now all of a sudden y'all feel like y'all got something to talk about, and now y'all want to sit up here and act like y'all was there the whole entire time. The Carolina Panthers fans out there that's in this chat right now are some of the fakest fans on the face of God's green earth. I guarantee you, go take a look at some of their comments. Go and take a look at some of their comments. They weren't here. Go back and look at some of the games that we played against the Carolina Panthers, and tell me if y'all see some of these usual suspects that's up in here right now that want a grandstand and hot dog. I ain't seen them. So if y'all want to sit up here and try to go at me, oh, you don't know what you talking about. Y'all don't know what y'all was talking about. Y'all wrapped up shop. Y'all wrapped up the cords. Y'all turned off the lights. Y'all turned off the webcam on y'all own football team. Now y'all sitting up here 7-7. Now y'all want to go infiltrate NFC South chats. Fake. Phony. Y'all fake. Phony. How many shows did I phone in, folks? From week 1 to 14, I've been here. Where y'all been at? Lost in translation. But then y'all want to sit up here, oh, you don't know what he's talking about. He don't know what he's talking about. Man, my team, I've been saying keep pounding. Now y'all weren't saying a damn thing. Fake Carolina Panthers fans out here, grandstanding and hot dogging. Now y'all want a second line down Bourbon Street. Fake. Fake. No hope in your football team. Every single week, go and look at the analytics. Rather it's here, NFC South Roundtable. Saints fans in the freaking building. 2-3 tops, Carolina Panther fans. Fake. Y'all fake. And I will win, lose, or draw. I'll be glad to open up the phone lines when the game is all said and done. Y'all fake. Fake Carolina Panther fans. Y'all, like I said, go and look at it. My own, publication. You know what I'm saying? Who I'm with. Bleacher Report reported that the top podcasters for the Carolina Panthers quit on y'all team. They ain't a damn thing. I don't care if the Carolina end up winning the division. There's not a damn thing that a Carolina Panther fan can say to me because y'all didn't believe in your own damn team. You didn't believe in your own team. So coming up in here all late to the party, acting like you've been here the entire time, acting like your words affect me in any way, shape, or form means absolutely nothing. As a matter of fact, I only put you up on the screen so everybody can see how fake y'all are as a fan base. There's not one time that I see during the time when the New Orleans Saints were dealing with whatever they're dealing with this season, I seen a Carolina Panthers fan up in there talking some noise. Never seen him. Haven't seen him. Fake fans. I have absolutely no respect for the Carolina Panthers fans out here that want to talk noise now. If y'all was talking noise at the beginning of the season, talking about I didn't know what I was talking about at the beginning of the season, then fine. The only reason why y'all saying I don't know what I'm talking about now is because you have this false, fake-ass belief in your football team now that it just seemed like the sky's falling for Tampa. Y'all didn't even believe in your own team. Start believing in your own team, and maybe I'll give y'all some freaking respect. But today, y'all get absolutely no respect from me whatsoever. Fakest fans I've seen in my entire life. I got more respect for Falcon fans than y'all. At least the Falcon fans up in here, they'll talk. I see Falcon fans in this thing. Oh, man, we lost today, man. I can't believe this happened. But a Carolina Panther fan, man, you got to put out an APB. You got to put out a searchlight. You got to put out, man, you got to put out posters for these boys. And look, I stay in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, 3 hours away from Charlotte. I don't see Carolina Panther fans nowhere. I was at Ross the other day. I seen Bryce Young jerseys up in that thing, $17.99. About 6, 7 of them. 6, 7 of them ain't been bought. But y'all talking about some key pounding, man. Miss me with that nonsense, man. And I like it, and for real, they got some talent. They got talent. Taylor Roy McMillan, Rico Dowdle, Chuba Hubbard. They got some talented guys on this football team. Jalen Coker, these dudes are talented. I will take that away from them dudes. But at the end of the day, fakest fans I've seen in my entire life. Fakest fans I've seen in my entire life. Faker than a $3 bill. I already told y'all what I feel like the key to victory was, man. I already told y'all. If the Saints can shut down the running game of the Carolina Panthers, they will have a chance of winning a football game. Because we all know that Alontae Taylor is Bryce Young's worst nightmare. For some apparent reason, he always seems to get home. So we know that Alontae probably going to get about 2 sacks in a game, maybe even get a pick. So, like I said, win, lose, or draw, I'll be happy to open up the phone line for him. But I guarantee you, that, man, I'm just tired of the grandstanding. I'm tired of the hot dogging. That's all I'm saying, man. If you're going to be real about your football team. That's all I got to say. If I see you in the chat and I see you talking noise and your team turn the corner, trust and believe. I will sit up here and be like, man, you know what? This your moment to shine. But when I don't see people in the chat until your team start doing something, and then you want to sit up here and brag and boast, like, I ain't about to give you that. I ain't about to give you no flow show. For what? What am I going to give you a flow show for? Why should anybody give y'all a flow show? Y'all ain't believe in your own team. You can't call me fake. I told Clay he was fake. Wrong guy. This driver stopped the lies. Bruh, I ain't seen you nowhere, dude. I ain't seen you nowhere. And I damn sure ain't seen you roll up on my show until today. Like I said, you're a straight grandstander and hot dogger. And that's what I'm saying. Ain't nothing fake about Clay. Clay just keep it real about your team when y'all team was down. But y'all want this embellished version of a football team. Oh, man, he ain't picking us to win, so he a fake fan. That's the reason why you give your comments in the chat, and Clay sits up there every single week on the NFC South Roundtable and has a really credible channel because he can actually be objective and not emotional. You're an emotional fan. Like, you got to take emotion out of it, dude. That don't make you a fake fan because you're sitting up here saying that your team leaves a lot to be desired. It's a 7-7 football team. You ain't won 10 games. That's fake. That's phony, man. And like I said, I haven't seen you off in this thing. Where that energy was at. Like, man, I don't respect that, bro. I don't respect that at all. Stay the Saints podcast. If we win the rest of their games, the South will be on notice the next year. I mean, look, the NFC South is garbage anyway. Look at these teams. Like, man, this is not a good division. The only reason why Carolina is in this position right now because the division is trash. 7-7. And we sitting up here acting like we done won 10 games, man. Look, bro, I ain't giving a Carolina Panther fan no flow show. I ain't giving them no flow show. For real. I don't care win, lose, whatever. Y'all did not believe in y'all football team. Y'all did not believe in your football team. But now they want to sit up here and pretend like they did. Like, oh, we saw this coming. Y'all didn't see nothing, man. Y'all didn't see a doggone thing. Well, we know what we had. No, y'all didn't. No, y'all didn't. Y'all didn't know what y'all had, man. Y'all didn't believe in y'all own football team. I'm actually trying to find a game right now. That's the reason why I'm looking up, folks. But at the end of the day, it's like, come on, man. I can't do that. I can't do it, man. I cannot sit up here and allow these fans to sit up here and act like they believe in their football team the entire time when I know for a fact they did not. They did not. They scared of me. They know. Division definitely trash, but somebody got to win it. State of the Saints, just ignore the pick. Me, young blood. TJ prediction, a win is hilarious. Yeah, I mean, look, Panthers haven't been relevant since Moby Dick. Look, man. Look, they trending in the right direction. They are trending in the right direction, but I mean, man, I can't, like, bro. I just, man, I can't get behind the fake fandom, man. I just can't. I can't get behind it. Like, no, y'all didn't see this coming, man. Y'all didn't see it coming. At the beginning of the season, they was asking who was going to win the division. Who was going to win the division? I ain't see Panthers saying, like, we about to win this. Nah. Third in the division, last in the division. That's what I heard. Once again, Panther fans are like roaches out of nowhere. They ain't trending in ish. Look, man, like I said, man, they got talent on this team. Like, man, they got talent on the football team. I'm not going to take it away from them, but I mean, man, it just, I'm going to tell the truth about the team. Like, most of them mad because I continuously pick the Tampa Bay Buccaneers to still win the division despite the fact that they've been looking like slow as of late. They lost 6 of their last 7 or something like that, or something of that magnitude. But at the end of the day, it's like, I mean, what can I do? Like, I believe in them more than I believe in Carolina. Like, they have some inspired victories. Like, they're like, trust and believe. Beating the Rams, that was impressive. Beating the Green Bay Packers, that's impressive. But I think it has more so to do with the fact that I feel like a lot of those big teams, like, that's going to be playoff contenders, like, was sleepwalking against. If a team has the Carolina Panthers undivided attention, we're going to see what they can actually do. Keep it clean, family. I understand the hype, but y'all know the rules. Everything is trash with the Panthers, colorways and all. Look, man, and the thing about it is I never had no issue. And I still don't have issue with the Carolina Panthers. Like, I don't. Like, but it's just hilarious to me, like, they sitting up here, oh man, they disrespecting us. Like, y'all was disrespecting your own team. Y'all disrespected your own team. There ain't nobody showing us no respect. Like, make sure you add yourself into it too. Are there any powerhouse this year in the NFC? I think those days are over. I say that the Rams probably are the best team in the NFC that I think that you probably can count on consistently. The Detroit Lions, not so much. Like I just think that they're a little bit up and down when it comes to performances and stuff like that. They'll probably look dominant one week, but I definitely think they're missing Ben Johnson. They missing Ben Johnson. I mean, Morton, who is the offensive coordinator, I mean, you had Dan Campbell over there calling plays in a couple of those games. And I always just think that's a recipe for disaster. When you start seeing a coach calling the plays, that's when you like kind of, know that things aren't going in the right direction. Do you see John Cena has lost to Gunther last night on John Cena Legacy? WWE fans booing on Triple H for booking on the match like that. Has been doing every since a few years like that. Thank you, John Cena. Yeah, man, I saw it, man. Yeah, man. Shouts out to John Cena, man. One of the greatest wrestlers. I was able to watch his career from start to finish. Man, I'm excited, man, about what's happening in 2026. That's definitely another channel that we gonna be getting back into, man. Football takes up a lot of my time, and I try to like make sure I put a lot of emphasis on what I'm doing because I never want to shortchange anybody. But I mean, as the season, like, we transition to the off season, we got a wrestling podcast, about to kick off. We got a life podcast that we about to kick off. So, man, we got a lot of content that's going to be coming y'all way real soon, man. I just had to kind of cut it a little bit so I can put, stay focused on keep the main thing. But we got more podcasts with different interests for people coming up real soon. Minshew is in Chiefs about to be put out of the playoffs. Yeah, man. I mean, look, what happened, man? I think there was a fight. It looked like somebody was on the ground, and I see a bunch of people fighting. I ain't really know what was going on. I seen a bunch of pushing and shoving, so I don't know exactly what happened there. Said TJ, let's see. Hey, TJ, will the Saints win today? I think the Saints can win today. TJ, have you predicted who's going to win today's game? Yeah, I got the Saints winning the game in a close one. Timing people out is weak. Yeah, man, look, unless they sitting up here like cussing folk out or whatever, like if they like saying some things like in regards to me, but it's, like it ain't like, cussing and all that kind of stuff, man. I don't need to time anybody out. Give people opportunity to be able to express themselves, even if we don't like what they talking about. But if you're using like expletives and all that kind of stuff, man, like we don't, saying, F you or using, major, expletives in order to say things like we don't want that. Who that? TJ, let's get this. Yeah, let's see, man. They fighting because Charger player knocked a Chief out on the field and got thrown out of the game. Okay. TJ, what you think about Sanders? I mean, man, it was just a tough day at the office today, man. I mean, the Chicago Bears, man, they just beat up on him today, man. They just beat up on him. But I thought that, man, I think he plays well. I mean, I just think that the Chicago Bears they found their stride, man. They found their stride. It seemed like DA got that defense rolling. Man, I seen DeMarco Jackson out there making plays, man. DeMarco Jackson, I think he had like 2 sacks. But let's see. I mean, Shadur Sanders, yeah, rough day, man. 18 to 35, 177 yards, no touchdown, 3 picks. Yeah, rough day, man. Quarterback rating of 30. Here come and just like these Panther fans, here come the Shadur haters gonna be popping up out the bushes. I mean, they've been missing for 2 weeks. Now all of a sudden they about to show up, man. Y'all told me he was certified. Y'all told me he was good. Y'all told me, okay. Yeah, they're gonna be coming out the bushes. Isaiah Bond, yeah, rough day, man. Tough day at the office for him, man. Tough day at the office. All I can say. I think he's been playing pretty solid for the exception of today's game. Man, all right. Let's see. Caleb Williams, 242 yards, 2 touchdowns. Let's see what else we got here. I mean, and they just dominated, man. They just absolutely dominated, man. Austin Booker, 2 sacks. Grady Jarrett with a sack. DeMarco Jackson with a sack. I mean, we got a Dexter out here. I mean, they sacked him quite a few times, man. Yo, TJ, Black Kitten's gonna get swept by our team after the game. These fans got phony for talking ish for no reason and keep the same energy. Look, I don't care if they win or not. I just don't have. I don't respect it. I just don't. Like, be happy that your team winning. Be happy that they're in this position, but that's weak, man. That's just weak to me. Like, now you show up and talk. Like, be happy that your team won, but don't make it seem like, oh man, we saw this coming. Y'all didn't see it, but we did. Like, first postseason without Chiefs interception. Wow, the Chiefs knocked out of the playoffs. Yeah, man, that's tough, man. Hey, they've been on top for a long time, man. Been on top for a long time. Say what's good, Jeremiah. Give him a shout out to. Let's see. Come back with another point while being timed out for 24 hours. Oh man, we can't time them out because we don't like what they talk about. If they cussing or something like that, man, you know we won't keep them in here, man. Everybody entitled to have their own opinions. I just don't roll with the division definitely trash, but somebody got to win it. Yeah. But like I said, man, for those that just tuned in, the keys to victory to me is trying to shut down his running game. I expect for the Carolina Panthers to definitely improve and run the ball more effective than they did in the first game. That I do feel like that's going to happen. And I also feel like they're probably going to try to get the ball out of the hands of Bryce Young pretty quickly. So the Saints got to be ready to tackle, man. They got to be ready to tackle these dudes. They can't be missing tackles because in the last game, I felt like they missed quite a few of them. So man, they got to play some sound football. Panthers fans pulling a Bucs fans popping out of nowhere. Saints, we literally have nothing to lose versus the Panthers. You know what's funny though? You know what's amazing to me? Hey man, what happened to Mahomes? Okay, man, I ain't even see what happened to Patrick Mahomes. And that's a pick right there. Man, that's crazy though, man. That's crazy. But anyway, it's amazing to me, like at the start of the season, you know, the Saints were the butt of every NFC South Fool's jokes and, oh man, y'all ain't doing this. Oh, y'all, another loss, the Aints, this, that, and the third. And then all of a sudden, like their team, like late in the season, started to have hardships. And it's amazing to be how like they won't fire everybody. Fire Todd Bowles. Man, Baker Mayfield ain't this. Cut this guy, cut that guy. Like, it's amazing, man. Like, but at the beginning of the season, they had everything. And nobody was going to be able to stop nothing. T-Money, that was me. I'm the moderator here. Let's see. I've been around since 2013, was doing NFC South roundtables a decade ago. So let's kill that narrative. I don't know. Like I said, man, maybe you was. I don't know. I don't know. But T-Money, I guarantee you. All right, I give T-Money some credit because I've seen him in the chat a few times throughout the year. So, but like I said, where you're talking about, like, look, I'm talking about who I'm talking about. That's why I use the word some. I'm talking about who I'm talking about. So, like my grandfather who says, who's a preacher, he said, if I start preaching on chicken thief, the only person that's gonna get mad is the chicken thief. Chiefs need to miss the playoffs. They need a break. All those long playoff runs, like an extra season. Well, look, I guarantee you, everybody want an extra season. Yeah, T-Money. I mean, T-Money has always expressed himself. So yeah. But like I said, man, you know, I'm talking about them new folk. I ain't seen. Not the worst I've seen, but look icky. But like I said, man, they'll try to, see if the New Orleans Saints can kind of neutralize his running game. Try to see if Bryce Young can kind of pull off some heroics. But, the New Orleans Saints, man, I think that, They got to go out here. They got to play some inspired football here. They ain't got nothing to play for except to play spoiler and make teams miserable. That's all they can do, you know. So if they can go out here play some better football, man, I think that you know they have a chance. TJ, are you watching Tulane this Saturday? Yeah, absolutely. Remember, watch Tulane. Try to see what they're gonna do against Ole Miss. You know, gotta support the Louisiana school, the one that actually did something this year, the Louisiana team. Because Lord knows, man, it's been a rough year for the state of Louisiana when it comes to sports, man. My goodness, Pelicans, ugh, Saints, ugh, LSU, ugh, Southern, Grambling. Like, come on, man. Like, shoot, we gotta support Tulane. We gotta support them Green Waves, man. Gotta support them Waves. If Shough balls out, are you all in? Has a quarterback? I'm already in on Tyler Shough, man. I don't think the Saints. I think at best, I think that the Saints have enough of a sample size to know that Tyler Shough should go into the 2026 season as a starter. Southern getting Marshall Faulk is dope. Yeah, it is. But the question is, can he turn that team around? Like, it's good optics, right? Look, I ain't got nothing against Marshall Faulk. Anybody that knows me knows that I graduated from the same high school as Marshall Faulk. I also graduated from Carver High School. So have nothing against Marshall Faulk at all. But you know, I think we get under this impression because a team has a like high profile like coach that everybody knows, like they're just gonna like equal success. Like, can he coach? Like we see like with Michael Vick, right? I mean, Michael Vick, he had a bad season. But at the same time, you got Deshaun Jackson, who had a really good season at Delaware State. I think, if I'm not mistaken, I think he actually won Coach of the Year. So, you know, it's a matter of like, can you coach? Like, can you put the right infrastructure around in order for your team to generate success? Can you bring in some recruits, right? Can you bring in some recruits in order for them to turn your team around? I mean, we know that the state of Louisiana produces some really talented guys, so they shouldn't have no issues like finding talent. So I think that, you know, having Marshall Faulk there can help. Carolina fighting for the South title, but let's just hope we can upset them, hopefully. Yeah, I mean, look, this is what you want to play for, right? You got something that you're playing for. You want to go out there and you want to fight for your playoff life, and you want to try to keep the hope alive. I mean, this is a great opportunity for the Carolina Panthers. This is a great opportunity for the Carolina Panthers. You know, to go out here and win this football game. I just hope they don't, because now a nice sample size of their fan base ticked me off, and now they done made it personal. They done made it personal. Like Michael Jordan said, now I'm taking it personal. So I got the same type of energy for the Carolina Panthers that I had throughout the years for the Atlanta Falcons. I hope they lose. I hope they lose. I'm hoping they lose. Like, and it has nothing to do with nobody on that team. Like I said, I actually respect the Carolina Panthers, like as far as their talent. And I even like Bryce Young, because I think that we give up on guys so quickly. But at the end of the day, I don't like the energy they fan base coming with, like they've been there the whole time. So I got to match their energy with my energy. So I hope they lose. Like I really do, for no particular reason except for the fact that I want them to be hurt. That's it. That's plain and simple. Because I want them to be hurt. Let's see. Canales has struggled with Alontae Taylor for years. Let's see, but I do believe in Bryce and said he shouldn't have been benched. I believe in Bryce Young too. I just think that we are quick to try to anoint guys, and we quick to try to label them bust. I don't like that, man. Like, if they're not a finished, proven product already, then all of a sudden, like, oh man, this team suck. Oh, this guy suck. Get him off, get him out of my face. Guys got to go through the motions, man, and develop as quarterbacks, man. Like, they're gonna throw picks. Like, everybody is looking for the next big thing. Like, man, I don't care how great you are as a quarterback. Like, you got some outliers that take the league by storm, man. But for the most part, man, those quarterbacks that end up finding themselves, it probably take them about 2 or 3 years in order for them to be that solid starter, that guy that the team can count on consistently. TJ, you right. Panthers fans been talking real crazy. Yeah, man. I'm like, as a Saints fan, we really don't care, lose or win. We rather lose, but since you want to talk, that's basically what it is. Like I've been watching Saints games. Excuse me, I've been saying Carolina 7-7. They're actually 7-6. But at the end of the day, it's like I just been watching these games, man. Like, how can the Saints improve? How can they get better from week to week? Are they a better product than they were, last week than they are this week? Like, you get what I'm saying. That's all I was looking for. But it's like, now all of a sudden, and now they want to talk noise like they've been there the entire time, and now they trying to take shots. Like, okay, we got you. RG3 on the call today. Yeah, got my boy RG3 on there. TJ, the 7-7, you might be predicting the future. I don't know, man. Should be, like I said, should be a good game. Should be a good game. And I can stick around for the I'll stick around for the first quarter. We'll stick around for the first quarter here, man. See what's going on here. They got boy RG3 out here with the cowboy hat on. My man out here, that man out here looking like looking like Cowboy Curtis running. If I got RG3 calling the game, I'm going to have to listen to the radio. Man, come on, man. Don't do my boy like that, man. Don't do my boy like that. Oh, man. Let's see. State of the Saints podcast, improvement, consistency is the key. That's all I wanted to see at the end of the day. But I'm like, man, they'd have made this joint personal, bro. They'd have made this joint personal. So now I gotta pick against them, man. Let's say I actually want to see us win today, but it is what it is. All right. I mean, like I said, it's gonna be an interesting game, man. Like they're gonna be fired up. They're gonna be fired up in this game, man. Like you got a lot to play for. The question is, like, can the Saints match that same intensity? Like these guys are trying to come out here, they're playing for something. And we know, man, it has not been pretty watching the Saints play at home this season. Seems like they play better on the road than they do at the crib. But we're going to see, man. We're going to see. All right, as we see, the game is about to be underway here. All right, I'm pretty sure I'm probably going to be behind, folk. But I'll just ask you all to bear with me. Here's the kickoff. And we got a return here. And I believe that was Hall right there. And out comes Tyler Shough. All right, Tyler Shough out here, 70% completion percentage, 282 yards. Last time versus the Carolina Panthers, 2 touchdowns, no pick, his first career win. And Tyler Shough is actually trying to do something that I don't think any Saints rookie quarterback is doing, which is win back-to-back games in his rookie season. But we'll see. Devon Vele in motion on his 1st and 10. All right, you're seeing Mason Tipton in motion this time. And here's the handoff. This is up the middle, and that is to Devin Neal. So Devin Neal gets a few yards on the play. Devin Neal had a really solid performance. I believe he had like 85 all-purpose yards last week, 19 carries, 70 yards. Also pitched in, I want to say about 15 yards. Well, no, I think he had 84 all-purpose. I think he had 14 yards receiving at that big 14-yard catch for a first down. All right, so here we go. 2nd and 6 for the New Orleans Saints. Devon Vele in motion again, goes across from left to right, bring Mason Tipton back again. And here's a play action. Shough looking, throws the ball down the field, and that pass is, and it looked like it was incomplete. So that's going to bring up 3rd and 6 right there. So really good coverage right there by J.C. Horn. So J.C. Horn, man, you remember last time, man, he had a little issue with them cleats. Fell down on a couple of plays. Really good pass right there by Tyler Shough trying to get it out there to Mason Tipton. All right, so here we go. This is 3rd and 6 for the New Orleans Saints. All right, so here we go. We got Taysom Hill going in motion here. All right, so here's the snap. They're bringing pressure, throws the ball. That pass is over the head of Chris Olave, but there's a flag on the play. All right. There's a flag on the play. We're going to see what actually happened here. Is it a pass interference? All right. So we got a false start right there. That penalty decline, that's going to bring up 4th down. All right. So, illegal formation. All right. So New Orleans Saints doing their famous 3-and-out impression. All right. So we got like a illegal formation right there. All right, so the Saints are going to punt. And I guess a legal formation right there. So really good start right there for the Carolina Panthers. All right, so here we go. Here's the snap. Give it off to Kroger. Good punt right there. Angles it. And it will be returned. All right, so cut up the field, and oh man, he takes a huge shot. That is Danny Stutzman right there with a big, huge shot. And Danny Stutzman, man, really good special teams play. So out comes Bryce Young. All right, so Bryce Young, 68% completion percentage, 823 yards in his last 3 starts, 7 touchdowns, 2 picks, and playing a lot better in his last 3 games. All right, question is, can he put it all together today to make those plays? But like I said, I mean, you look at Bryce Young, you look at, some of the games that he has played, he has really done a really good job at commanding the offense here. But the question is, can he get past the New Orleans Saints, a team he only has beat 1 time in his entire career? All right, so here we go. Here's the handoff. This is off to Rico. Rico fighting forward, continues to fight, probably gets about 3 or 4 yards on the play. So the running game of the Carolina Panthers are going to have to be effective in this game. That sets up a lot of the down the field throws and play action and this, that, and the third for their team if they can actually effectively run the football. All right, so here we go. It was a 3-yard run. Taking a look on a 2nd and 7 in motion. Here we go, play action. Bryce Young dumps it off. This is the Rico Dowdle, and he gets around the corner, and he didn't get the first down. It's going to bring up 3rd down. All right, so looking at the Saints defense, I mean, these guys are going to have to make sure that they put pressure on Bryce Young. Also going to have to make sure that they try to neutralize his running game. All right, so the New Orleans Saints trying to get the Carolina Panthers off the field on 3rd down on a 3rd and 2. And Bryce Young, really good pass. And here we go. And here's the quick handoff right there. Tries to get behind the center and guard there, and that's enough for a 1st down. So looking at Chuba Hubbard, is able to get that 1st down. So 1st and 10. Move the chains for the Carolina Panthers. As we can see, says no Jekyll and Hyde, right? I mean, because we know that's what the Carolina Panthers have been. You're going up against high-powered teams, look like another team. Go up against lowly teams, seem like they just match the same level of intensity. They got to be able to come away with a victory in this game today. All right, so here we go, in motion. All right, here's the handoff to Rico Dowdle, tries to get upfield, continues to fight. Really good run right there, gets about 6 or 7 yards on the play. So this is what they're going to have to do. All right, so this is going to bring up a 2nd down. Looking at Dave Canales here. All right, so Dave Canales is taking a look at his record 12-18 as a head coach, but none of that matters if his team can end up winning this division. 2nd and 4 for the Carolina Panthers. Bryce Young under center. And they try to run the football, and he gets absolutely stuffed. So that's going to bring up 3rd down. You got Chase Young. And you look at the interior of the New Orleans Saints. I mean, look, quietly, Nate Shepard has been having a really good year. I mean, he was able to kind of blow it up there which caused Rico Dowdle to have to reverse field. And then you have Chase Young right there on the spot. So this is going to bring up a 3rd and 5. Bryce Young in the gun. All right, in motion is Sanders. Got time, tries to run, scrambles, gets out of the pocket, continues to run, and gets the first down. So really good run right there by Bryce Young. So was able to scramble right there in order to get a first down. I mean, all right, so that's Alabama on Alabama right there. Former teammates Bryce Young and Kool-Aid McKinstry getting a little laugh in. All right, so here we go. 1st and 10 for Carolina. All right, and motion. How is that not a flag? But anyway, that seemed like that should have been a flag. You had 2 guys like looked like they was like going in motion. Oh man. And this is what this is what you don't want to see. You do not want to see this if you're a Carolina Panthers fan. Rico Dowdle down on the ground. I hope everything's all right with Rico Dowdle, man. You don't want to see the man I'm trying to see the man get hurt. Let's see, literally, bro, the Phillip Rivers situation is just weird to me. Yeah, man, Phillip Rivers, man. Yeah, Phillip Rivers starting in the game today. Look, I guess they feel like he better than what else they can put out there on the field, right? I mean, dang, boy. What does that say about ripping, man? What did that say about ripping? Brett ripping, the fact that they rather go get a 44-year-old quarterback to let you start. That's crazy, man. All right, so you have a very good game on right now. The Denver Broncos and the Green Bay Packers. A lot of people feel like that could possibly be a Super Bowl preview. All right, 49ers and Tennessee Titans, as I look at the Saints taking a commercial break. Got Brock Purdy just throws the ball out of bounds. Yeah, but I mean, a 44-year-old quarterback, man. 44-year-old quarterback out there. You know, I'm pretty sure everybody wondering, like, can he go out there and get it done? Shoot. I don't know, man. Going up against the Seattle Seahawks, I don't know about that one, brother. That's a tough matchup for anybody. That is a tough matchup for anybody. I ask that you hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. I said we're going to be here for the first quarter. This is a really good drive, methodical drive by the Carolina Panthers. I mean, this is what you want right here, man. Just a slow, methodical drive. Like this is a slow drive, man. But you take your time. I mean, get down the field, burn some clock. I mean, this is a recipe. And we take a look at Rico Dowdle, man. He walks off the field. Hopefully he's okay, man. I mean, he is extremely instrumental in what they do as an offense. And Chuba Hubbard, I mean, he's no slouch in his own right. I mean, I think some people just tend to forget about him. But I mean, he was their bell cow last season. All right, so here we go on the 2nd and 6. All right, almost close to the 9-minute mark. And here we go. Steps up in the pocket, throws, and that pass is caught by Jalen Coker. And that's enough for a first down. All right, so really good play right there. So going up against Alontae Taylor, I mean, got away with a push-off. Don't know how. I don't know how. And guys, Dave didn't call that. But anyway, all right. So we got a challenge flag by Kellen Moore trying to challenge if he actually caught the pass tonight. I don't know. Did he catch the pass? Let me see. All right. There's 1 foot. And did he drag the other one? That's the question. Did he drag the other foot? All right, so here we go. We got the completion right here. And yeah, so I mean, I don't know what you're challenging. It look like it's a I don't know what you're trying to challenge, but that look like that's a catch. What y'all think? Y'all think he caught it? I think he caught it. He pushed off, but he caught it. I don't know how that went off as a pass interference. Yeah, I think he did too. Yeah, I think he caught the pass, man. You know, I think he caught it. I don't know. I don't know who's the guy like upstairs that Kellen Moore listens to, but man, I don't never see the Saints win no challenge. Have the Saints won a challenge this season? I mean, I could be wrong. Man, this is gonna be a good game, man. Detroit against the Rams. As we see Amon-Ra St. Brown get the Detroit Lions on the board. And here's Bates for the extra point up and gets it through. So Detroit Lions. And Stafford versus Goff. And Aiden Hutchinson with the pick. Yeah, but I don't know. I don't know what the challenge is. I don't know, man. I don't know what they could possibly be challenging. Kellen needs to worry about his play calling right now. I didn't have an issue with like the plays that was called. I thought that, you know, I don't know if you want to pick on J.C. Horn, you know, like going up against who was that, Mason Tipton. But like I said, I don't know who calling from upstairs like, oh man, challenge day, but they're terrible. They're terrible at it. He said probably Mickey. Yeah, I think the call on the field gonna stand, man. I mean, that's the okay. So that's his foot. That's it. And caught and dragged his foot. I mean, he had control all the way through. So I don't even know why you're wasting your time. That's just a really good pass and catch right there. All right, so here we go. All right, so we got Bryce Young throwing down the field, and that pass is incomplete. Luckily, so what they're trying to do is, and it is a much better game plan this time around offensively. They're actually moving Bryce Young in motion. They're not trying to keep him in a pocket to make plays. Like they're actually moving him out of the pocket in order for him to in order for him to make plays, which is very smart, very, very smart. Learning from, all right, so we see Rico Dowdle back in the game, so that's a good thing for the Carolina Panthers. 2nd and 10. All right, so really good pressure right there. See, really good quick passes right there. That pass is caught, and that's to Sanders. So that's going to bring up 3rd down. So that's what they're doing. Like the passes, like, you know, that they're giving Bryce Young when he's in a pocket, it just quick 3-step drops. Like they're trying to like get the ball out of his hands real quick, like throwing it in the middle of the field. So this is 3rd and 4. Like I said, this is a really good drive so far by the Carolina Panthers, man. Slow, methodical drive, taking your time, you know, ain't rushing. All right, Coker in motion. Here's the snap. Here's the handoff. This is the Chuba Hubbard right here, and he gets enough for a 1st down. So gets those legs turning for a 1st down. So once again, the New Orleans Saints defense trying to hold at least to a field goal. At least to a field goal here, but I mean the Carolina Panthers. This 15, this scripted plays that they have right now. It's 11 plays right here, 62 yards. Look at the time off the clock right here. All right, so Bryce Young calling it out. All right, so here we go. It's off to Rico Dowdle, gets to the edge and gets knocked out of bounds by Alontae Taylor. And that's going to bring up second down. All right, so Saints defense still trying to keep these guys out the end zone, so we'll see. That was terrible. And they're saying that he scored, and that's a touchdown. So Rico Dowdle. So really good, impressive drive right there by the Carolina Panthers. But I mean, it's kind of similar. It's kind of a drive that's kind of similar to like the drive that they had to open the game up. I don't know if he got in. I don't know. That might be under review. They're gonna challenge that. Yeah, because I'm just wondering, man. Like, did the ball cross the plane here? Let's see. I mean, yeah. I guess they don't have anything to overturn it. So kick up and it's good. So Carolina Panthers on the board 7-0. Let's see if one thing is true, the Saints defense is gonna give over the drive touchdown to the opposing team. Yeah. I mean, it's kind of similar to, like, you think about it, man, like the first game. Like the first game, like Carolina did the same thing. They went right down the field. They went right down the field on the Saints. I want to see. Let me see. Let me go back in the archives here. Kind of similar to kind of similar to what they did last time. Let's go back and take a look at the play-by-play. All right. Yep. So let me see. The last time the Saints played the Carolina Panthers, there was a 12-play, 67-yard drive that took 7 minutes and 1 second off the clock. That was Carolina's opening drive versus the Saints. And it was capped off by a Rico Dowdle touchdown. Now, if you look at what happened today, let's see. Let's take a look at that drive summary, play-by-play. 13 plays, 74 yards, 7 minutes, 18 seconds off the clock. So kind of similar to the same drive that they had to open the game last time they played in Charlotte. Did the ball fully cross the line? I mean, really don't know. I mean, but they don't have anything that can overturn it. So no need to waste time. This year, NFL is just bad. There really isn't a team you can point at and say this is the best team in the league. It's basically like the Saints defense uses the first quarter to get information on the team's game plan. Then the rest of the game, they shut them out. It's almost like a boxer, right? Like they talk about like a really well-trained boxer, like a Terrence Crawford or Floyd Mayweather. Like, they spend the first couple of rounds like trying to see how you're going to approach the game. And then all of a sudden, okay, we see what you're doing. But yeah, I mean, look, the Saints got to go out here and they got to make this thing competitive and interesting. Like I said, man, Carolina, they're not going to just sit around and just allow the New Orleans Saints just to come in here and just, oh, y'all at home. Like they trying to win this division. Yeah, they trying to win this division. But the New Orleans Saints, they're going, we're going to see. Long game. You see the guys on the sidelines looking at the Microsoft tablet. Like they dialed in, and that's a good thing right there, man. These guys are trying to find ways to try to neutralize and try to shut these guys out. So, man, we're gonna see, man. This offense gonna have to start moving the football, though. They gotta find a way. They got to try to find a way to get some points on the board, man. Because you can't have another 3 and out. So let's see what they can actually do here. All right, so here's the kickoff. All right, so here you go. Evan Hall, man. Really good return right there, man. So really good run right there. So got the Saints set up. Tyler Shough back out there with the Saints offense. The Saints special team, as far as the return game, has really improved like over the last couple of weeks. They've had some really good returns in a game. All right, so the ball's on the 34-yard line on the 1st and 10. Mason Tipton goes into motion here. And here's the handoff. And Devin Neal tries to get up the field and goes absolutely nowhere right there, gets stuffed. All right, so here we go. And take a look at Derek Brown, one of the best interior linemen in the game right now. Tyler Shough and the New Orleans Saints. Trying to get it done. Shough in the gun. All right, so here we go. Looking, steps up in the pocket. And he's going to try to throw it. And he keeps it, gets a few yards on the play. That's going to bring up 3rd down. So I guess what, Carolina is trying to do is they understand that, Tyler Shough has the ability to run. It seems like they got a spy on him, and now they're going to try to bring some pressure on and try to get him the ball out of his hands quick. It's got to be a Juwan Johnson type play right there. And it is. And that pass is caught. And that's a 1st down. All right, good pass and catch right there by Juwan Johnson. Like I said, you seeing the pressure right there. So, and that was a really good throw. I mean, he gets it like right behind the linebacker. All right, so here we go. Low snap there. Throws. That pass is caught by Devin Neal. I mean, very close. I mean, Wallace. And that was a really good catch by Devin because it was kind of thrown behind him. And luckily, he made the adjustment because if he didn't, that could have been an interception. All right, so 2nd and 6 for Tyler Shough and the Saints. As we get closer to the end of the 1st quarter, got about 4 minutes, 35 seconds left. All right, so here we go on his 2nd and 6. Taysom Hill in motion. Here's a dump pass off, and they give it off to Devin Neal. He goes forward, gets about 2 or 3 yards on the play. So it's going to bring up a 3rd and manageable. So the New Orleans Saints, trying to stay ahead of the chains here, man. No 3rd and longs, right? 3rd and 4 right here. Very manageable 3rd down. All right, so 3rd and 4 for the New Orleans Saints. And they give it off to Devin Neal here. I don't agree with that at all. And they're able to just neutralize that and shut that down. So that's going to bring up 4th and 4. He gets nothing on that play. I don't know. I didn't really like the play from the get-go. What happened was, I mean, I don't know. Maybe if Devin Neal probably would have put his foot in the ground and cut back. But this is a 4th and 4. The Saints are going for it. All right, so here we go. They're sending pressure here. All right. And is there a flag? And yes, there is. All right, so now we got a false start on a play. So that's going to bring up a punt. I'm wondering I'm just wondering, like, what the Saints have went for it anyway. All right, so taking a look at Luke Fortner right here. I'm just wondering. I'm wondering where they're going to even go for it in the first place. You know, they were trying to get Carolina to jump, but they end up jumping. So this is a 4th and 9. All right, so the Saints are going to punt here. Well, at least they was able to like move the ball a little bit and then just have to go for a 3 and out. I mean, that's a good thing, you know. I mean, now it gave you the defense a little opportunity to be able to take a look and, you know, get a little bit of a break here. All right, 7-0 Carolina. Kellen Moore keeps running Derek Brown way he's dumb. I don't agree with that at all. Like, why are you going for a run on a 3rd and 4 anyway? And I'm pretty sure like he went for a run on a 3rd and 4 because they were gonna go for it on 4th down, but I don't know. Don't even tub inside the tackles. These guards suck. Yeah. I mean, look, I think that if Devin Neal probably would have got the ball, you know, and maybe like put his foot in the ground and cut the opposite direction, he probably would have got a 1st down and some more. Like, that was just one of those situations where I guess that play was designed to go that way, and you know, he just decided to take it. But if he probably would have put his foot in the ground and reverse field, he probably would have ended up getting a few yards and probably getting a 1st down on the play. Sometimes you got to take a look at that vision. Andy Reid confirmed a home knee injury. Doesn't look good. You hate to see injuries like that, even with them not now out of the playoffs. Yeah, man, you don't want to see nobody get hurt. You don't want to see nobody get hurt, man. What's going on, King Arthur? Yeah, man, we just here for the first quarter, and then we're gonna go in and you know and be back at the end of the game. Encouraging everybody to make sure that you check out the post game on the Bleacher Report, and then we'll be right back here on the State of the Saints podcast to break down this game. So let's see. Kellen always starts off slow. I mean, like I said, I just don't agree, man. You haven't been good enough to run the football throughout the year consistently. Like, I don't know why you going for it on a 3rd and 4 on a running play. Like I said, maybe it's because you knew you was gonna go for it on 4th down. So maybe getting like 1 or 2 yards, making it even more manageable. But to me, TJ, no matter who comes out of this division, there'll be a 1st round exit. Yeah, basically. I just don't want to see Carolina win today because because of their fan base or lack thereof. Like, I'm talking about talking mad noise. Like, they didn't have hopes and beliefs in their team all season long. Like, I have no reason for me to say I want the Carolina Panthers to lose, other than the fact that they fan base is like give me a freaking break. Like, what a joke. But anyway, the Carolina Panthers back out on the field. Brandon Staley, defensive coordinator of the Saints, has the Saints defense ranked 12th in the NFL. So let's see, man. I mean, really good opening drive right there by Carolina. You got Bryce Young in the gun on a 1st and 10. All right, so here we go. Here's the snap. Delayed handoff right here to Rico. Rico tries to get up the field and gets a few yards on the play. It's going to bring up a 2nd down. All right, so the New Orleans Saints trying to neutralize this running game. Because, I mean, if this running game just starts to get involved, man, I mean, then you're talking about a whole different can of worms right here. So they cannot allow this to happen. And he sneaks out and throws it, and that was just a recipe for disaster. All right, so anyway, 1st and 10. Yeah, just throws just side on it around Cam Jordan. All right, taking a look at Tony Trimble. able to get that first down. I mean, Bryce Young has had a really good first quarter, man, making some really good decisions. All right, so here we go. Here's a toss play. And he gets around the corner, and he gets pushed out of bounds. There's a flag on the play. Let's see what this is all about. They got a flag on the play. Says good picks, LOL. All right, so saying illegal block below the waist on the defense, number 31. I don't know, man. I always, always be thinking like in certain situations when the NFL has an opportunity to kind of set something up, they're a little bit loose with the whistle. Well, that's all I gotta say. They get a little bit loose with the whistle, start calling, penalties that, that can fit their doggone agenda, if you ask me. I don't know. They be calling stuff. I ain't never, like, I don't think they be calling stuff on the Saints. I ain't never even seen call on the defense. He steps up in the pocket and he tries to run and gets knocked out of bounds. Oh, man. Oh, man, got Cam Jordan out there talking. So what they gonna call a personal foul on Cam Jordan? All right. So they call a personal foul, which, like, it wasn't even nothing malicious, to be honest with you. Like, it's like funny because Cam Jordan ain't even too much worried about All right, so here we go, man. 2nd and 23. Tries to get around the corner. Tries to throw the ball. Throws it at the feet. That pass is incomplete. All right, so 3rd and 23. All right, so we got another interesting game. Rams versus Detroit. And look like that game is all tied up. Yeah, that type of play right there is going to inspire like both sides. Probably defensive side too, man. You pushing your guy. All right, come on, man. We can't let Chuba Hubbard get 23 yards. And there we go. There's a tackle right there about Demario Davis. Really good running, man. You'll be watching teams and you see they running back be backup running backs, third string running backs, seeing like they can get 10 or 15 yards. And then when you watch the Saints, it's like, dang, every yard, like 2 or 3 yards. Like, hey, y'all break one, get a 20-yard gain or something. All right, so that's the end of the first quarter, ladies and gentlemen. And we brought it here to you here on the State of the Saints podcast. And once again, we'll be back at the end of this game, win, lose, or draw. Carolina Panthers up 7-0 right now on the New Orleans Saints. We will do the post-game show for Bleacher Report. And then, of course, we'll be right back here on the State of the Saints podcast. Really do appreciate you all's time. And once again, we'll be back. Till next time, all I got to say is,
thank you for listening to my daddy's podcast. Please subscribe to our channel.
All I got to say is, who dat?